Back for the bottom of the first inning here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams. Defensive order for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. They'll have Dylan Cricket Danielson in left field, Wilson at center, Beers in right, Frazier at third, Garcia at short, Brandon at second base, Hoffpower at first, Dutka on the mound, and Olson behind the plate. For the Trappers, their batting order, they'll have Mast in center field, McKenna the second baseman, the catcher Reinhardt the third baseman, Hill the DH, Skelton the right fielder, Kim, the first baseman Strong, the left fielder Yancey, and the shortstop in Braden Cordes. So a 5-run inning for the Sioux Falls Sunfish as it will bring up Eric Mast. Mast, one of the better hitters this season for the Pierre Trappers, as the first pitch will miss outside for ball number 1. Has had a lot of extra base hits, most of his base hits, in fact, coming off extra base hits. Pitch high and outside will run the count to 2 balls and no strikes. (2-0) swung on and missed for strike number 1. A 2-1 count. Kenneth Dutka on the mound in 6 appearances, just 1 start, making his second tonight. He has a 1-1 record with a 6.75 ERA, walking 3, striking out 22. Swing and a miss. Back into the, foul tip, back into the screen for strike number 2. Count will run even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Eric Mast, the Big Bend Community College Viking out of Spokane, Washington, bats .253 on the year, went 1 for 3 yesterday. Chopper right back to the pitcher, unable to make a play as it goes foul is Dutka. So Mast will step back in with a 2-2 count. Mast also getting an RBI in yesterday's game. Trappers only able to score 2 against the Sunfish in yesterday's contest. So a 2-2. Dutka sets and deals on a foul ball heading back towards Capitol Avenue. Will land on the street, avoiding a car that's coming into Parallel Park. Count remains 2-2, working up Dutka's pitch count. Swing and a miss for strike number 3, as the first batter will go down swinging in Eric Mast. So Mast strikes out swinging as it brings up the second baseman, number 2, in Thomas McKenna. McKenna, the freshman out of Spokane Falls Community College, also had a 1 for 3 performance yesterday, striking out once and stealing a bag. To this point, McKenna with a .298 batting average. Dutka toes rubber once more. Again, the Sunfish wearing gray pants, white jerseys, gray caps. First pitch swinging to deep right field. That one will be hauled in by the right fielder in Beers. So 2 quick outs for the Trappers here in the bottom of the first. The exact opposite of what happened in the top half of this inning, where the Sunfish exploded for 5. So McKenna flies out to right. First pitch will miss the strike zone entirely for ball number 1. So 1 ball, no strikes to Brock Reinhardt, the catcher. Half swing and a miss will go for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Trappers have been struggling on offense, as another pitch will be fouled back into the screen, 1-2. In fact, they rank dead last in the Expedition League for team batting average. New player for the Trappers in Garrett Hill on deck, looking to make his debut. It would require Reinhardt getting on deck as he takes another pitch high for ball 2. Count goes even, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. The 2-2 will go low. Count will run full from Dutka to Reinhardt. Full count, now the payoff pitch on the way. Swung on and missed, strike number 3. 1, 2, 3 go the Trappers here in the first inning. Pair of strikeouts by Dutka. Mast and Reinhardt go down swinging. We'll head to the top of the second with Beers, Olsen, and Hoffpower due up. Not for their first time today, but for their second at-bats already as we enter the second inning.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food, and now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food: dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
Dan-O's Marine is a proud partner of Pierre Trappers Baseball. Located at 320 St. Charles Street, Dan-O's provides service on your boat to get you back out on the water in the dog days of summer. Give them a call at 605-224-6612. That's Dan-O's Marine at 605-224-6612. Any water, any problem, Dan-O's Marine. Back for the top of the second inning, and I'm sure this wasn't in the plans for the coaching staff of the Pierre Trappers, but already a pitching change as Jared Shelton, the starting pitcher, was relieved for, of course, in the Expedition League, a rule that you can only have up to 34 pitches in an inning in return for the next. Shelton had over 35, meaning he had to be relieved for this inning. It will be number 21 in Jacob Newman, who has turned from a center fielder to a right fielder, now to a relief pitcher. In 3 appearances this year, Newman has an 0-0 record, a 0 ERA in 2 2/3 innings pitched, has not allowed a hit, has allowed 3 runs, none of them earned, has walked 6, striking out 2. His last appearance back on Tuesday against the Souris Valley SaberDogs, pitched 2/3 of an inning, no hits, 3 runs, none of them earned, walking 2, striking out 1. Sunfish will look to continue where they left off a 4-base hit inning, 2 hit batters, and 2 walks by Jared Shelton in a start that he'd rather forget. So the first pitch to Hoffpower, or Beers, excuse me, will go low in the dirt, kicking up chalk for ball number 1. Pop check swing will roll foul. Started going down the third baseline, ended up going foul over the first baseline. So that will even the count to 1-1 off the leadoff batter of the third inning. Beers lined out to the third baseman Garrett Hill in his last at-bat. Four-hit inning against Shelton. Breaking ball pitch from Newman will miss for ball number 2. Two and 1. Nobody out. The windup and pitch from Newman. That one will catch strike zone right at the low part of the zone. Evens the count at 2-2. Newman striking out 2 batters so far this year, looking for a third victim of the punch-out. 2-2 on the way, swung on and missed. Strike number 3 will get out number 1 of the inning. Second strikeout of the day, first for Newman. So Beers is retired on strikes as it will bring up Will Olson. Breaking ball will miss low in the dirt for Newman. To Olson, 1 ball, no strikes. Olson, the catcher, walked and came around to score in his last appearance. Olson, the team leader in batting average yesterday against the Trappers as he takes another pitch high and outside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Yesterday against the Pierre Trappers, Will Olson, 2 games ago against the Spearfish Sasquatch, went 2 for 4 with a double and a home run. 2 legs away from the cycle. He bats .452 on the year. Another pitch will miss for ball 3. Newman sets, winds up, and deals on a pitch high and a 4-pitch walk after the strikeout. So taking the free pass over to first base is Will Olson, the second time walking today. Zeph Hoffpower becomes the new batter. Similar to Olson, walked in his last at-bat, came around to score off the RBI single by Tanner Wilson. First pitch to him will go right above the letters for ball number 1, still only 1 away in the inning. For Hoffpower, has a .247 batting average as a pitch will bounce low and away. That one gets away. Taking off for second base is Will Olson off the wild pitch. So Newman, after starting off with a strikeout, a 4-pitch walk to Will Olson, now a 2-0 count to the batter in Zeph Hoffpower, including a wild pitch. Hoffpower also last played on Canada Day against the Spearfish Sasquatch, went 1 for 4 with an RBI. Came in to pitch the 9th inning of yesterday's game as that pitch will miss once more. 3 balls, no strikes. But Hoffpower came in, lit up the radar gun, getting to 90 miles per hour to close the door in a non-save situation. 3-0, high and inside, but that one catches strike zone. So after 7 consecutive balls, Newman finally finds the strike zone, puts the count to 3 balls, 1 strike. That one, however, misses for ball 4. Back-to-back walks surrendered to Olson and Hoffpower by Jacob Newman, finding the same fate as Jared Shelton, as Olson and Hoffpower were also Shelton's first and second walks. In for a mound visit comes the first baseman Strong and the catcher Reinhardt. So a big chance for the Sunfish to not only take a 5-0 lead, if that's not already blown open for the first inning of the ballgame, they're going to try to blow it open even more. The batter will be Jesus Licon. For the Sioux Falls Sunfish, Licon, a single. Make that a RBI single that drove in Jonathan Brandon. Licon, fortunate for the Trappers, does not have a home run on this year. Pitch will go outside for ball number 1. 1 ball, no strikes, still only 1 away. Double play is in effect with runners at first and second, force at any base besides home plate. 1-0, a little dribbler up to Hill, the third baseman. Hill will take the shore play at first base, but that one will get away. Coming in to score is Will Olson. Hoffpower will take third base. Licon slides into second base safely. It is now a 6-0 ball game. Action going in the Trappers bullpen now. It seems Parker Lewis is in the pen. So Lee Cohn reaches on the E5. Pitch will run inside. Ball number 1 to the new batter in Tanner Wilson, who had a 2 RBI single last inning. It is 6-0 Sioux Falls. Fly ball, foul territory, will hook out of play. 2 balls and 1 strike. Breaking ball will miss the zone. 3-1 the new count, 2-1 the new count. So 2-1, the infield is in. A swing and a line drive hit into right field. That drops for a base hit. It will drive in. Another run. Hoffpower comes in to score. It is 7-0 Sioux Falls. The beginning of an 8-game homestand for the Pierre Trappers not going their way. Two and one with new batter in Dane Frazier. Runners are at the corners, still only 1 away. First pitch will miss the strike zone entirely. 1 ball, no strikes to the new batter in Dane Frazier. An RBI base hit by Tanner Wilson. He's now has 3 RBIs on the day. Finally, a strike will catch for Newman. Pitch will catch the strike zone, make it a 1-2 count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away. Runners at the corners. Dane Frazier, the batter, who's 1 for 1 today. 1-2. Trappers looking for either a strikeout or a double play. The 1-2 on the way. High fly ball into left field. Chasing after it is Yancey. Thought about tagging, as catching it was the shortstop, Cordes, for out number 2. A huge start for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. 7-0. We're only in the 2nd inning, and if the Trappers don't figure out what to do with pitching or on the offensive side of things, as they went 3 up, 3 down in the 1st inning, it will be a long night for the team in gold and white. Foul ball heading straight back for strike number 1. So 0-1 with 2 away. Pitch misses. Will even the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Stepping back in is Dylan Cricket Danielson, was hit by a pitch in his last appearance. 1-1 pitch swung on and missed for strike number 2. And Newman, who started this inning with a strikeout against Declan Beers, will look to end it with a strikeout, having Cricket Danielson on an 0-2 count. Newman winds up and deals on the 2-2, bouncing far in front of the plate in the dirt. Reinhardt with a block. Count will run even to 2-2. Last inning, the Sunfish left the bases loaded. The Trappers are hoping that they leave runners at the corners this inning. The 2-2 swing and a miss for Dylan Cricket Danielson. Strikeout number 2 for Jacob Newman as he gets out of the inning. 2 runs come in for the Sioux Falls Sunfish, however, and they lead the Pierre Trappers by a score of 7-0. Bottom of the second coming up when we come back here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr live streams. Wow, Shell's Quick Stop is the place to go for a variety of food, drinks, fishing tackle, and more. Hungry? Come on down for breakfast pizza, burritos, biscuits and gravy, soup, salad, and wraps. Thirsty? Try their hot and cold espresso drinks, lattes, frappuccinos, and milkshakes from the drive-up window. Heading down to the water? Stop by to pick up minnows, crawlers, and leeches to secure the big bites. All of it's down at Shell's at 621 West Sioux Avenue. The Governor's Inn is the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Check out the special Trappers rate for your visit to Pierre and Hyde Stadium this summer. Call 605-224-4200 directly to get the Trappers rate. With free wireless internet, a deluxe breakfast, and an indoor pool and hot tub, there's no reason not to stop at the Governor's Inn. Making his debut for the Pierre Trappers, and the one bright spot is that Garrett Hill is making his debut. Garrett Hill, the third baseman for the Trappers out of North Dakota State. First pitch will be a strike. No balls, one strike. Mentioned it at the top of the broadcast, worth bringing up again. Weather in very different forms, as a pitch will miss low for ball number one. Over the left field wall, some wispy clouds, but mostly blue skies. Some overcast starting to take over left field as well, as a swing and a miss will go for strike number two. However, over the right field wall, dark clouds where you could see rain coming down over the hills of Fort Pierre. 1-2 to Hill, making his debut. Dutka's pitch goes high for 2 balls and 2 strikes. Also due up this inning after Tyler Skelton is Andrew Kim. Kim made his debut yesterday in Sioux Falls. Here's the 2-2. Foul ball will head back into the Welcome to Hyde Stadium sign and keep the count at 2-2. Kim went 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts and reached on a fielder's choice twice. Two, swing and a miss. And the debut for Garrett Hill is not the way he wanted it to start. A strikeout will be strikeout number 3 of the ballgame for Kenneth Dutka. It brings up the DH Skelton. Skelton in yesterday's contest did not get to play, but back on Canada Day, July 1st, took a 6-game hitting streak, singled in the second inning to extend it to 7. He'll try to extend it even further for the Trappers' first base hit of the ballgame. First pitch, swinging, foul ball, strike number 1. Dutka has been carving up the Trappers so far with 3 strikeouts. So 0-1 to Tyler Skelton, a swing and a miss for strike number 2. Skelton faces an 0-2 count. The windup and pitch fouled back will hit off the Hyde Stadium sign and roll into the crowd. Count will remain at 2-2. The 0-2 will miss low for ball number 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the designated hitter in Tyler Skelton. Swing and a miss as Skelton goes down on strikes. The fourth strikeout of the ballgame so far for Kenneth Dutka. Has been having a great day so far. Andrew Kim steps in, will look to avoid the fate that he faced twice yesterday. A swing and a pop fly hit into left field. Apologize for just a moment as making the catch is Dane Frazier in foul territory down the third base side. We'll be right back.
The Governor's Inn is the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Check out the special Trappers rate for your visit to Pierre and Hyde Stadium this summer. Call 605-224-4200 directly to get the Trappers rate. With free wireless internet, a deluxe breakfast, and an indoor pool and hot tub, there's no reason not to stop at the Governor's Inn.
Back for the top of the third inning. So far, it's been the Kenneth Dutka show. But the Sioux Falls Sunfish offense saying, hold on, we want in on the fun too, as they've put up 7 runs in the first 2 innings as we head to the top of the third. Jacob Newman returns to the mound for his second inning of work despite letting up 2 runs in the top of the second inning. Some lightning flashes in the distance past the right field wall. As it seems like the entire storm block will miss Hyde Stadium entirely right now as it's lightening up down the right field line. So top of the third, Jacob Newman will take on the top of the order in Brandon Garcia and Beers. A few sponsors that we'd like to say thank you to as Jonathan Brandon steps into the batter's box, including Leisure Palace, Oahe Pawn, Right Turn with Christensen Farms, Shells, The Paint Store 2, and Wheelhouse Plumbing. Thank you for your continued support of Trappers Baseball. As stepping into the batter's box will be Jonathan Brandon, 1 for 1 today, singling and being hit by a pitch. First pitch will miss low, ball number 1. So a 1-0 count, 7 runs, 5 hits and no errors for the Sunfish. It's another pitch. That one catches, however, for Newman. Against Jonathan Brandon. Newman with 2 strikeouts in the last inning. However, a base hit, 2 walks, and a reach on air sunk Newman as the Sunfish would end up scoring 2 runs. A 5-run first inning off starter Jared Shelton. Called strike number 3 on Jonathan Brandon. That draws some cheers from the home supporters. So strike out number 1, I should say, here from the top of the third. As it brings up Benito Garcia. 2 balls, no strikes from Newman to Garcia, who struck out once, reached on a fielder's choice. He started his day 0 for 2. So a 2-0 pitch. That one will catch the high part of the strike zone for strike number 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Jacob Newman settling in after a rough start in the second inning. The 2-1 from Newman swung on and fouled back over our heads in the press box for strike number 2. Full count now from Jacob Newman to Benito Garcia, as that will go for ball number 4. The third walk surrendered by Newman today, and a bit of deja vu from the last inning after the first batter struck out against Newman. The next batter walked, and if history continues to repeat himself, we could be seeing a walk here to Declan Beers. Beers 0 for 2 on the day, lining out to third and striking out. First pitch will go high for ball number 1. Top of the third, Sunfish leading 7-0. A ground ball over to first base in time for 1. It will be a fielder's choice to Declan Beers. So Beers will reach on a fielder's choice. He's 0 for 3 today. Benito Garcia is out between first and second. So 2 away here in the inning for Will Olson. Olson today without an at-bat as he's walked in both plate appearances. First pitch swung on and missed by Will Olson. A big strike for Jacob Newman. So an 0-1 count. Top of the third inning. 2 away, runner at first base, and Declan Beers his first time on tonight. Second pitch, swing and a miss by Olson. First strike number 2, and the batter who has walked 2 times today will have to battle back by at least 4 pitches to draw his third walk of the ballgame. Ground ball, that one will get through the hole between short and second. It's a base hit for Will Olson. He's 1 for 1 on the day as Declan Beers will advance 90 feet to second base. Runners at first and second, 2 away, as it brings up Zeph Hoffpower. Hoffpower has walked twice, coming around to score both times. First pitch from Newman goes high, missing for ball 1. Umpires in today's ballgame are Tristan Jones behind the plate and Samuel Barrett in the field. Fly ball down the right field line, hooking foul. Will even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Trappers have been struggling recently. They are on a 6-game losing streak. It sneakily snuck up on them. They had a 10-game losing streak earlier this season. It was broken. Breaking ball will miss for ball number 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. So a 2-1, the windup and pitch catches the strike zone on a breaking ball in the high and inside part of the plate. Jacob Newman evens the count at 2-2 to Zeph Hoffpower. Swing and a miss. Strike number 3, strikeout number 4 of the ball game for Jacob Newman. Despite the 2 runs allowed in the second inning, Newman having a career day for the Trappers on the mound. 4 strikeouts through 2 innings. We'll head to the bottom of the third, where Strong, Yancey, and Cordes, bottom of the order, due up for the Pierre Trappers when we come back.
Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry are your homes for everything clothing in the capital area. Since 2010, Total Beauty has offered great customer service and competitive prices. Next door at Speedway Laundry, they have you covered for a fast, convenient way to wash and dry your clothes and other household items, including king-size comforters. Visit them at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
You don't need an illness to need a doctor. You don't need to feel sick to feel better. You don't need to be unwell to get well. What you do need is a primary care provider at Sanford Health. Better healthcare starts with regular wellness visits and a familiar face who knows you, your concerns, and your goals. We're here before you need us. We're here when you need us. We're here after you need us. We're here for you. Find your primary care provider at sanfordhealth.org today.
Back for the bottom of the third inning here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams. Bottom of the order due up for the Pierre Trappers as Kenneth Dutka has been purely lights out so far. 4 strikeouts in 6 batters faced, retiring 6 consecutive batters. It's been the Kenneth Dutka show in the bottom of the innings. First pitch from Dutka is roped right to the second baseman in Jonathan Brandon. A line out to second for Strong. That's 7 in a row retired by Dutka. Cole Yancey becomes the new batter, the left fielder for the Pierre Trappers. Yancey has taken a somewhat smaller role for the Pierre Trappers, not in as many games as he was to start the season. Foul ball will head back behind home plate. Will head out of play for strike number 1. So 1 away, nobody on. The Trappers have yet to get a base runner today. Yancey's last game was back on June 30th in Game 2 against the SaberDogs. A swing and a miss as he drops to one knee for strike number 2. Yancey went 0 for 4, a strikeout, pop-out, and a couple of groundouts. Prior to that, against the Whiskey Jacks, went 1 for 5 with 2 strikeouts. That represents his last base hit achieved. So just about a week ago was Cole Yancey's previous base hit in the Expedition League. Here comes the 0-2. Will miss high in the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, two, fouled back into the backstop. Keeps the count at 1-2. Yancey doing a good job of battling against Dutka, the first Trapper to do so tonight. 1-2, called strike 3 right at the letters. Yancey lets out a sigh of disappointment as he takes the trot back to the dugout. First strikeout looking tonight, and strikeout number 5 for Dutka. He brings his strikeout total on the season up to 27 so far. I believe the Expedition League for strikeouts is right around 40 to 42 as the first pitch to Braden Cordes catches the strike zone for strike number 1. Cordes, the 9th batter of the 9-man batting order, 0-1, high and inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. No Trapper has yet to touch first base, whether that be by a base hit, walk, hit by a pitch, reach on an error, etc. 1-1, swing and a miss for strike number 2, barely getting a piece of it, a foul tip. So 1-2, 2 away. A chopper over to the shortstop, picking it up is Garcia, fires onto first base in time for the out. 9 up, 9 down for the Trappers through 3. Nobody has reached for Pierre. A 6-3 groundout ends this one. It's 7-0 Sunfish as we head to the 4th. Could be a good day for Kenneth Dutka. Trappers fans, summer is here. Get your boat back in shape with a visit to Dano's Marine. Dano's Marine will get you back out on the water this summer with excellent service and years of experience. Give them a call at 605-224-6612 or visit them at 320 St. Charles Street in Pierre. Any water, any problem, Dano's Marine. Join the Shell's loyalty program and never pay full price for gas again. Shell's loyalty members also get monthly specials for increased savings. Shell's doesn't just fill up your tank, but it also fills up your stomach with a variety of food and drinks. Become a Loyalty Club member today by visiting Shell's at 621 Sioux Avenue or give them a call at 605-224-6266. Back for the 4th inning, a few more sponsors we'd like to say thank you to for the 2021 Pierre Trappers baseball season, including the South Dakota Lottery, the South Dakota Treasurer's Office, Long Branch, L&M Barbershop, Shane's Pharmacy, and Smith Fireworks. Speaking of barbershops and haircuts, one member of the Trappers, he's manning first base today. Nick Strong visited one earlier today. Used to have long, flowing, golden curls. Has now buzzed it, left a bit on the top, but he walked into the press box as the first pitch will miss from Newman for ball number 1. And started saying how some of his teammates were joking around and saying, who's the new guy? To Strong now that he's cut off most of his hair. 2 balls, no strikes, another pitch outside. Top of the 4th inning. It seems like that huge block of rain that was targeting the Pierre area. 2-0, that catches the strike zone on a fastball by Newman. 2 balls and 1 strike. Will stay to the west of the Missouri River as it passes over the hills of Fort Pierre. You can see some lightning strikes off in the distance past the right field wall. Swing and a miss for strike number 2. However, you can't hear thunder here from Hyde Stadium, and the lightning looks far away, meaning we're safe to play baseball here. 2-2 pitch from Newman, high and inside. Lee Cohn ducking out of the way, curling up as the count will run full. 3-2 to the leadoff batter of the inning. Lee Cohn is 1 for 2 today, singling in the first, reaching on an error in the 2nd inning. Foul ball will keep the count where it is. So the Sunfish batting around in the 1st inning. A 5-run spot has helped them. They added 2 more in the 2nd. First scoreless inning was in the 3rd. 3-2 will miss low in the dirt, and this inning will start with a leadoff walk to Jesus Lee Cohn. 4th walk surrendered by Newman so far. He has struggled with control in the early part of the season, has seemed to settle down, but has walked 4 batters, striking out 4 so far, so that ratio stays at 1-1. Runner at first base. The first pitch to the new batter will miss for ball number 1. Tanner Wilson, the batter, who's 2 for 2 today. Wilson singled and came around to score in the first, singled in the second, bats again here in the fourth. 1-0, a high fly ball to left field. Chasing back is Yancey, but Mast will make the catch in center. So one away here in the top of the fourth for the Sunfish. Dane Frazier becomes the new batter. He is 1 for 2 today. He's singled in the first, popping out to the shortstop in the second. Newman winds up and deals on a pitch that goes low. Ball number 1 to Dane Frazier. Newman has struck out 4 batters tonight, striking out 2 in each of the previous innings he pitched, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. 1-0 pitch from Newman on the way. Will catch the strike zone at the letters. A called strike number 1 will even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the fourth. Sunfish 7, Trappers nothing. These two teams will return tomorrow here from Hyde Stadium for the 4th of July. A 5:35 start as a pickoff attempt to first base. What's back in safely is Dane Frazier. So the count remains 1-1. Excuse me, back in safely was Lee Cohn. Ground ball up the left field line. That is a fair ball as it rolls into the left field corner. Rounding first and heading for second. Having trouble picking up the baseball is Yancey. Rounding third and coming home is Lee Cohn. The throw home is in time, but not the tag. He is safe at home. Taking off for third on the throw was Dane Frazier. Make it an 8-0 ball game. The throw beat Jesus Lee Cohn, but the tag could not be applied by Reinhardt. So the Sunfish extend their lead now to 8 off the RBI double by Dane Frazier. He advanced to third on the throw. So it'll bring up Dylan Cricket Danielson. First pitch, a strike. Still only 1 away in the inning, and for the Sunfish, a big opportunity as another run is just 90 feet away. A chance for a sacrifice for Dylan Cricket Danielson. 0 for 1 after striking out. The 0-1 will bounce on top of home plate. For ball number 1, that will even the count. We appreciate those fans who are listening in on this Saturday night, the day before the 4th of July, 2021. A swing and a miss for strike number 2. A lot of parents, I know, did travel to Pierre for the 4th of July weekend for both the Sunfish and the Trappers. The 1-2 on the way, fouled back into the screen, will keep the count where it is. A 1-2. Runner at third base is Dane Frazier after the double. Advanced to third on the play. And the throw home in which Jesus Lee Cohn was safe at the plate. 1-2 pitch from Newman goes low. Will even the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Infield is playing in for a potential bunt by Dylan Cricket Danielson or a short ground ball. However, a high popper, a called strike number 3. Dylan Cricket Danielson goes down on strikes for the second time tonight, and that makes the fans here at Hyde Stadium especially happy as Danielson was called the beer batter. He's struck out twice. It's strikeout number 5 for Jacob Newman as it brings up the top of the order in Jonathan Brandon. Brandon 1 for 2, singling and striking out. First pitch on the outside part of the plate. Catches strike zone for strike number 1. Pitch will get away from Reinhardt on the ball. Staying at third base is Dane Frazier. 14th of 15 meetings between the Sunfish and the Trappers. Trappers will look to even season series. As the pitch catches the strike zone for strike number 2. Excuse me, can't talk today. 1-2. The Sunfish win would clinch the season series with an 8th win. Trappers will look to make it a 7-7 series. A swing and a miss, strike number 3. Jacob Newman is battling against Kenneth Dutka, has allowed 3 runs across, but has struck out 6 batters in 3 innings of work. Jonathan Brandon goes down on strikes for the 2nd time tonight. 6 strikeouts for Jacob Newman. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. We'll see if Kenneth Dutka, the starting pitcher for the Sioux Falls Sunfish, can continue his domination over the Trappers into the 4th inning. Top of the order, Mass, McKenna, and Reinhardt due up.
The Pierre Trappers are proud to partner with the Governor's Inn, the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Call 605-224-4200 for a special Trappers rate when you visit Pierre and Hyde Stadium. Whether you're coming for the best hunting, fishing, and outdoor recreation in the Midwest, just passing through, or coming out to the ballpark, the Governor's Inn is the place for you. When it comes to clothing in the capital area, Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry have you. Speedway Laundry offers the fastest way to clean clothes, with free Wi-Fi offered while you wait. Next door, family-owned and operated Total Beauty has a constantly changing inventory of top-quality clothing. Check out the newest lines in clothing by giving Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry a visit at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
Back for the bottom of the 4th, Eric Mass will swing through the first pitch from Kenneth Dutka for strike number 1. So an 0-1 count to Mass. Mass in his last appearance against Dutka struck out swinging that led off the Trappers' half of the ballgame. Shows bunt, pulls back, will even the count at 1-1. Two-one to Mast after 2 pitches missed from Dutka. Trappers still looking for their first base runner of the ballgame. Pitch misses, and they're just a ball away from doing so at 3-1 count. Mast waggles his bat. The pitch from Dutka. A ground ball to the third base side. Unable to come up with it is Frazier, and safe at first will be the batter and Eric Mast. He'll be a base hit for the Trappers, so in one swing of the bat, a perfect game through 3 and a no-hitter through 3 are gone for Dutka. McKenna will step up. He flew out to right field in his previous at-bat. The windup and pitch by Dutka. A ground ball will get through the left side of the infield. A base hit as the sun is starting to show itself here at Hyde Stadium. Back-to-back base hits for the Pierre Trappers. Eric Mast will advance over to second base as it brings up Brock Reinhardt. Runners at first and second. The windup and pitch, a breaking ball on the outside part of the plate for ball number 1. Trappers have a 8-game homestand. This is game 1 of 8. 2 here against the Sunfish, a day off on July 5th. Then they host the Hastings, or excuse me, I think it's the Western Nebraska Pioneers first. So the count will go even to 1-1. But they will be taking on the two Nebraska teams other than Fremont. The Pioneers come here from the 6th, 7th, and 8th. As another pitch will miss, 2 balls, 1 strike. Following that, a 3-game series with the Hastings Sodbusters, the team that the Trappers opened their season with. In both series against the Pioneers and the Sodbusters, the Trappers, as another pitch will miss, 3-1. The Trappers split their series, went 2-2 against both the Sodbusters and the Pioneers. Pioneers were then crowned as the Clark Division champions for the first half of the season. Pickoff attempt back to first base, but sliding in safely with no tag is Thomas McKenna. Count remains 3-1. Dutka perfect through 3 before allowing 2 base hits to lead off the 4th. Pitch from Dutka catches the strike zone for strike number 2 on the outside part of the plate. Count will run full, 3-2. Weather is cleared up as a swing and a miss. Reinhardt goes down on strikes. His second time striking out today. He's 0 for 2. Still clouds remain in the area as Garrett Hill makes his second at-bat. He struck out in his last at-bat. Clouds are supposed to dissipate for a beautiful 4th of July tomorrow. Will be hot, though, 104 degrees the high. First pitch to Hill, catches strike zone for strike number 1. Hill, the third baseman for the Trappers tonight. And unfortunately for him, in his debut, gets an error on the play. Back in a previous inning for the Sunfish, that happened in the 2nd inning. Will face an 0-2 count. So Hill trying to come back in this Trappers debut. Got an error and a strikeout in the same inning. Will look to redeem himself. The 0-2 pitch. Ground ball through the left side. That's a base hit. Rounding third and coming home is Eric Mass. The bullet throw from Cricket Danielson is in time and cut down at home as Eric Mass trying to be too aggressive on the base paths. But it will be a single for Garrett Hill that advances Thomas McKenna to second base. Mass got to third safely before being chopped down at home. Runners will stay at first and second. Adding just another out, Tyler Skelton will be the new batter. Skelton struck out swinging in his last at-bat. In front of a crowd of 454 spectators, the announced attendance tonight from Hyde Stadium. Runners at first and second, foul ball heading back over our heads. Strike number 1 to Tyler Skelton, who looks to protect a 7-game hitting streak. Throughout this season, the past couple of weeks, I think since Father's Day weekend, I've been trying my best to keep fans updated on what's going on in the playoffs, whether that be the College World Series, as a pitch will be called a strike to Skelton for strike number 2. The College World Series, the Stanley Cup Finals, etc. Well, tonight, there are more playoff games in action. The Eastern Conference Finals in the NBA. Game 6 from Atlanta. The Bucks a win away from taking on the Phoenix Suns in the NBA Finals. Here comes the 0-2 to Skelton. Fly ball to right field will hook foul and land in the Trappers bullpen. With 5 minutes to go in the second quarter, the Milwaukee Bucks lead 39-33. Additionally, in the Euros soccer tournament for those international soccer fans, as Skelton faces an 0-2. Quarterfinals took place today as the 0-2 will be fouled back once again over our heads. Count remains 0-2. Denmark defeated the Czech Republic. They will advance to the Euros semifinals, winning 2-1. And then domination for the Three Lions, England, defeating Ukraine 4-0. It will be Denmark versus England in the semifinals in the next coming days. 0-2 will be popped into center field. Chasing after it is Wilson, but it will be the second baseman in Brandon, as it didn't go as far as I thought it did. A pop out to second for Tyler Skelton. The Trappers got 90 feet away from scoring a run, but masked, gunned down at home by Dylan Cricket Danielson. We'll head to the top of the fifth inning. Sunfish still leading 8-0.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories with family, friends, and your community is just a way of life. Yes, in times like these, it's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance. Important in life.
Top of the fifth inning and a pitching change for the Pierre Trappers. The new pitcher will be number 26, Parker Lewis. Lewis, the freshman out of Central Methodist University, calling Longmont, Colorado his hometown. Lewis, in 8 appearances this season, carries an 0-2 record with an 11-11 ERA. In 11 1/3 innings pitched, has allowed 16 hits, 17 runs, 14 of them earned. Has walked 15, striking out 6. Benito Garcia will lead things off here in inning number 5. First pitch to Garcia will miss high, ball 1. So a 1-0 count to Benito Garcia to lead things off here in the 5th. Garcia today is 0 for 2. Struck out swinging, reached on a fielder's choice, and walked. Another pitch from Lewis will miss. 2 balls, no strikes. In Parker Lewis's last appearance against the SaberDogs on Wednesday, ground ball will head over to the second baseman. McKenna picks it up, firing onto Strong. Barely takes him off the bag. Puts his foot before coming off the bag, so it will go for out number 1. So a 4-3 ground out for Benito Garcia will bring up Declan Beers. Beers today He's 0 for 3, lining out, striking out, and reaching on a fielder's choice. Pitch will miss low and inside for ball number 1 from Lewis. Lewis, the third pitcher the Trappers are using tonight after a rough first inning for Jared Shilton. He only lasted one. 1-0 misses low for ball number 2. So 2 balls, no strikes. After Shilton, it was Jacob Newman who came in. He ended up pitching 3 innings. Did let up 3 more runs to the Sunfish. However, striking out 6 was his best day on the mound for the Trappers so far. 2-0, big swing and a miss by Declan Beers will go for strike number 1. Taking a look at the Expedition League scoreboard in just a moment as here comes the 2-1. A fly ball to left field. Yancey and Cordes back on it. Yancey will call off Cordes to reach up and make the catch. So 2 away now here in the top of the 5th inning as Lewis has worked through the first 2 batters he's faced. It will bring up the catcher, Will Olson, 1 for 1 after walking twice. Domination by the Fremont Moo. They lead 13-0 over the Souris Valley Saberdogs. Top of the 5th inning from Corbett Field. First pitch will miss for ball 1. The Mining City Tommyknockers lead the Badlands Big Sticks 2-0 from 3 Legends Field. Pitch catches strike zone, 1 ball, 1 strike. Tie ball game in the bottom of the 6th. The Sasquatch and Sodbusters tied at 4 apiece. And in the bottom of the 4th, the Whiskey Jacks and Horseheads also tied at 0. Swing and a miss for strike number 2. As Olson falls behind 1-2 to Parker Lewis, trying to pitch a 1-2-3 inning against the Sioux Falls Sunfish. One, 2 misses low, will even the count 2-2. So a 2-2 count, 2 outs, nobody on the base paths. Olson, 1 for 1 today, will swing and get a piece of the ball as it trickles back to the backstop. 2-2 remains the count. 8-0 Sunfish here in the top of the 5th. 7 runs scoring in the 1st and 2nd. They scored 1 in the 4th inning. We're now here in the 5th. The 2-2 pitch from Lewis will go high. Will run the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So a 2-2 wind up and pitch by Lewis. Pop fly heading to shallow right field. Calling it off and unable to make the catch is Mast coming in with Kim in right center field. Apologize for the camera. So safe at first base on the air by Eric Mast is Will Olson. Mast, a elite center fielder for the Trappers this year, has made a play on balls that he shouldn't have. That was a ball that he should have had and couldn't make the play. First pitch from Lewis goes high, ball number 1, as the runner reaches and Olson. Big swing and a miss now by Hoffpower for strike number 1. Hoffpower pitched in yesterday's game. 1 inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, striking out 2 batters. Had fastballs in the upper 80s, including 1 that hit 90 miles per hour. 1-1, Lewis will take a look over at Olson. The windup and deal. Big swing and a miss yet again by Hoffpower. Will run the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, 2. Runner at first. The pitch from Lewis. Inside will even the count at 2-2. Lewis will wind up and deal on a fly ball to left field. Making the catch there, jumping to make the catch is Cole Yancey. So Yancey will reach up and make the catch for out number 3. One runner gets on via an error by Eric Mast. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. The Trappers, down by 8, will look to claw their way back in this one.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food. Now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food: dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
Dan-O's Marine is a proud partner of Pierre Trappers Baseball. Located at 320 St. Charles Street, Dan-O's provides service on your boat to get you back out on the water in the dog days of summer. Give them a call at 605-224-6612. That's Dan-O's Marine at 605-224-6612. Any water, any problem, Dan-O's Marine. Back for the bottom of the 5th inning, Sunfish leading by a boatload, 8 runs. Speaking of 8, they look for their 8th win over the Trappers this season that would clinch the season series. A few sponsors we'd like to thank before we get the bottom of the 5th started, including Pierre Physical Therapy, Sanford Health, Marco, Lariat Lanes, Awahi Family YMCA, and Red Rosa. Thanks for your continued support of Trappers Baseball. Andrew Kim becomes the new batter for the Pierre Trappers. Still looking for his first base hit as a Trapper pitch from Dutka. Will be popped into foul territory. Chasing after it's the third baseman Frazier next to the Sunfish dugout will reach up and make the catch. So yet another foul out to third. Kim 0 for 2, twice fouling out to the third baseman. We'll put one away for Strong. Strong today 0 for 1 after lining out to the second baseman in his previous at-bat back in the third. First pitch, they'll wind up and deal. Will miss for ball number 1 from Kenneth Dutka to Nicholas Strong. Strong switches between catching and first base. He takes his turn at first today. Ground ball will head to the shortstop. Great dive by Garcia. The throw over is in time. What a play by Benito Garcia to get Nick Strong out for out number 2. A diving stop in the dirt. 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. The Trappers still looking for their first run of the ball game. They have 3 base hits. They've committed 2 errors. And only 3 runners total have reached. No walks, no hit by pitches, no errors committed by the Sunfish. Ground ball to third. Should be an easy throw for Frazier across the diamond in time for out number 3. Frazier making 2 plays. He gets an assist and a putout. 1, 2, 3 go the Trappers. And Dutka right back to where he was in the third inning. Had a shaky 4th. But 3 up, 3 down go the Trappers here in the 5th. We'll be back for the top of the 6th inning with the Sunfish coming back up to bat when we return on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr live streams. Dan-O's Marine is a proud partner of Pierre Trappers Baseball. Located at 320 St. Charles Street, Dan-O's provides service on your boat to get you back out on the water in the dog days of summer. Give them a call at 605-224-6612. That's Dan-O's Marine at 605-224-6612. Any water, any problem, Dan-O's Marine. Wow, Shell's Quick Stop is the place to go for a variety of food, drinks, fishing tackle, and more. Hungry? Come on down for breakfast pizza, burritos, biscuits and gravy, soup, salad, and wraps. Thirsty? Try their hot and cold espresso drinks, lattes, frappuccinos, and milkshakes from the drive-up window. Heading down to the water? Stop by to pick up minnows, crawlers, and leeches to secure the big bites. All of it's down at Shell's at 621 West Sioux Avenue. Back for the top of the sixth inning. Here from Hyde Stadium, Parker Lewis against Jesus Licone. First pitch will go low in the dirt for ball number 1. A 1-0 count to Licone, who is 1 for 2 today, singled and reached on an error. Another pitch will miss from Lewis for ball number 2. I'm going to assume Lewis is expected to go at least this inning and the next, as nothing doing in the Trappers bullpen. 2-0 misses for ball 3. An update from Atlanta, halftime as the Bucks lead by 4, 47-43. Again, if the Bucks win that game, they go to the NBA Finals. 3-0 outside, and a 4-pitch walk will lead things off here in the top of the 6th. First walk surrendered by Lewis today. So Tanner Wilson will become the new batter, 2 for 3 today, a pair of singles and a fly out to center. First pitch will miss for ball number 1. So 1 ball, no strikes, an 8-0 ball game in favor of the Sioux Falls Sunfish. Top of the 6th inning. Parker Lewis, the 1-0. That one misses high. 6 straight balls to start the inning. Action is going in the Sunfish bullpen for potential relief of Dutka, but with how he's been playing tonight, would expect maybe 6 or 7 out of him. Pickoff attempt back to first, but back in standing with no tag was Licone. Licone drew a leadoff walk on 4 pitches, and now it's a 2-0 count to Tanner Wilson. The 2-0 will go high, make that 7 straight from Lewis to start the inning. Lewis, the windup and pitch. Strike number 1, and having to take the walk backwards as Wilson backpedals to get the bat called. Strike number 1 was nearly 2 walks on 8 pitches, but although Lewis has worked himself for a strike to continue the at-bat, he needs to continue that approach. 3-1 ground ball will get through the left side. That could be extra bases, but instead Licone will stop at first. So a base hit for Tanner Wilson. He's 3 for 4 today, has been lighting up the Trappers offensively. Licone advances 1 bag. It was ripped down the left field line. Yancey fielded it for the Trappers. Limited Wilson to a single as it brings up Dane Frazier, who's also 2 for 3 today. Singled, popped out to short, and doubled. This season, as the pitch from Lewis will go high for ball number 1. The Trappers and Trappers' opponents have been 1 hit away from the cycle multiple times this season. Most recently in Minot against the SaberDogs. SaberDogs had a batter on Tuesday just a triple away from the cycle. Sunfish had a player, I believe it was Dutka, and I could be wrong on that, as a called strike goes for strike number 1, who was a double away from the cycle, if I'm remembering correctly. 1-1, foul ball will head back out of play as Reinhardt will just watch this one land into a fan's hands for a souvenir. 1 ball, 2 strikes, still nobody out in the inning. What started out as a gloomy day from the ballpark with storms in the Fort Pierre area in the West River side of the state have since dissipated. 1-2, swing and a miss. First strikeout of the ball game for Parker Lewis. For the Trappers, it's their 8th total. And it brings up the beer batter and Dylan Cricket Danielson, who has struck out twice tonight. So 1 away in the inning for Dylan Cricket Danielson. Runners at first and second, and a chance to at least move runners up 90 feet. First pitch will miss low from Lewis for ball number 1. Score update from Hastings as the hometown Sodbusters have taken a 6-4 lead over the Spearfish Sasquatch. 1-0, the windup and pitch by Lewis will catch the strike zone for strike number 1. Evens the count at 1-1. We appreciate those of you who are sticking with us here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler channels. We appreciate you making us a part of your Saturday night. 1-1, high and inside, 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Dylan Cricket Danielson. Cricket Danielson today is 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch and struck out twice, 1 swinging, 1 looking. The 2-1 pitch from Lewis is a breaking ball that misses the zone high, 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Lewis has been struggling to find the zone this inning. 3-1 runs inside and hits Dylan Cricket Danielson as it hits off the handle of the bat. The knob of the bat where the hands rest on top of hits there. A loud profanity heard from Cricket Danielson. 3-1, runners at first and second. A swing and a foul ball heads back to the Sioux Falls dugout. Will run the count full. Full count, Wilson at first, Lee Cohn at second base. Strikeout to Frazier, the only out of the inning so far. Lewis sets, kicks and fires on the full count. Payoff pitch is spoiled down the left field line towards the Sioux Falls bullpen. We'll have the payoff pitch from Lewis once more. Three-two. Runners at first and second, Cricket Danielson looking to avoid the hat trick of strikeouts. Payoff pitch from Lewis will go low in the dirt and the bases will be loaded. Second walk this inning for Parker Lewis. The other walk was surrendered to Jesus Lee Cohn, who will now stand at third. Now at second base, Tanner Wilson. Lineup card will flip over for Jonathan Brandon. Brandon today is 1 for 3, singled and came around to score in the first as the first pitch catches the strike zone for strike number 1. Was hit by a pitch that same inning as the Sunfish batted around, struck out looking in the third and swinging in the fourth. 0-1 pitch will bounce in the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. Bases will remain loaded. Bounce in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike, the new count. Cricket Danielson at first, Wilson at second, Lee Cone at third. Only 1 away in the inning, so the Trappers would desperately like a double play or a strikeout. Have to work back a 2-1 count to Brandon. Fly ball, foul territory, will hit off the press box down on the far side. One of the windows next to where the foul ball landed open. Unfortunately, it was not open and did not land in the press box. 2-1 on the way. Pitch will go high. 3 balls and 1 strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes, excuse me. Counts full after the foul ball. Bases still loaded. Payoff pitch from Parker Lewis on the way. High and inside, ball 4. Third walk surrendered by Parker Lewis. All 3 runners will advance, including Jesus Lee Cone, who comes across the plate scoring. It's 9-0. It will bring up Benito Garcia. So the walk to Jonathan Brandon, the third of the inning and the third by Lewis. First pitch will run high and tight for ball number 1 to Benito Garcia, who's 0 for 3 today. Advancing to second base is Dylan Cricket Danielson. Getting to third is Tanner Wilson. In to score is Jesus Lee Cone. 2 balls, no strikes. Bases are juiced for the Sunfish. Foul ball, heads back, and will head towards Reese Street. That lines the right field line. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 1 the count. 9 runs, 8 hits. Line drive, center field. Underneath it is Mass. That's enough to score at least Wilson from third. Taking off for second base. All 3 runners go, and everybody will be safe. Mass elected to head for the runner at third, but sliding in safely is Dylan Cricket Danielson. Double digits for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. For the 2nd consecutive day against the Trappers, and the 3rd consecutive day if you include that Sasquatch series. So a sacrifice fly to center field for Benito Garcia advances all 3 runners. Brandon now at second base. Dylan Cricket Danielson at third. Tanner Wilson came in to score. First pitch misses for ball 1 to Declan Beers. Beers is 0 for 4 today here in the 6th inning. Lined out to third, struck out, reached on a fielder's choice, and flew out to left. Swing and a miss. We'll go for strike number 1. Count will run even to 1 ball and 1 strike. One on the way. Pitch will go high for ball 2. A reminder, if you're in the Pierre area and want to celebrate the 4th of July before the fireworks go down, 5:35 first pitch. And the final game of the season between the Sunfish and the Trappers. 2-1 as the pitch catches the inside part of the strike zone. We'll even the count to 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Top of the 6th, 10-0 Sunfish now leading on a pitch low in the dirt for ball 3. Reinhardt blocks it from going any further to the backstop. Both runners remain at second and third. Full count. Third full count this inning. And the payoff pitch from Lewis will go high and outside. And for the 3rd consecutive time on a full count, Lewis loses the battle. Now action starting to go in the Trappers bullpen. Mason Wells in the pen as Montario May will come out to talk to his pitcher. The middle infield stays out there. Corner infield will come to hear the conversation. The walk didn't damage the Trappers too much. It just reloaded the bases. With runners at second and third, nobody moves up. So now the corner infielders and Hill and Strong will retreat back to their positions. May and Reinhardt are the next to do so. Some words of encouragement to Parker Lewis. First pitch, breaking ball. Called for strike number one. A beautiful curve by Lewis. 0-1, the windup and pitch. Fly ball heading to right field in foul territory. There to make the play is Strong against the boundary for out number 3. The Sunfish will leave the bases loaded as Will Olson fouls out to the first baseman, Nick Strong. 2 more runs come across, both of them earned off just 1 base hit, no errors committed. The Sunfish leave the bases loaded. They've left a runner on in every inning so far. Bottom of the 6th coming up here from Hyde Stadium in Pierre, South Dakota when we come back on the Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams. Wow, Shell's Quick Stop is the place to go for a variety of food, drinks, fishing tackle, and more. Hungry? Come on down for breakfast pizza, burritos, biscuits and gravy, soup, salad, and wraps. Thirsty? Try their hot and cold espresso drinks, lattes, frappuccinos, and milkshakes from the drive-up window. Heading down to the water? Stop by to pick up minnows, crawlers, and leeches to secure the big bites. All of it's down at Shell's at 621 West Sioux Avenue.
The Governor's Inn is the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Check out the special Trappers rate for your visit to Pierre and Hyde Stadium this summer. Call 605-224-4200 directly to get the Trappers rate. With free wireless internet, a deluxe breakfast, and an indoor pool and hot tub, there's no reason not to stop at the Governor's Inn.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Trappers come back up to bat, trying to make a dent in their 10-run deficit here in the bottom of the 6th. It has been all Sunfish tonight. First pitch to Braden Cordes, check swing, appeal down. Samuel Barrett, the field umpire, says no go. So a 1-0 count. Here on this Saturday, July 3rd, another pitch will miss from Dutka, 2-0. Dutka in for his 7th inning of work. Fly ball to left field. Going back is Cricket Danielson towards the warning track. Will reach up and make the catch, still touching grass. One away here in the inning after a long fly out by Braden Cordes. He goes to 0-2 today. Top of the batting order, Eric Mast, who's 1 for 2, striking out and singling, will bat. A lot of power and a lot of good bats on the bench today for the Trappers as a foul ball will be fouled off to Capital. Caden Cardoso, Colin Adams, Joey Bramonti, just a few of the names riding the pine today for the Trappers. Pitch high and outside will even the count at 1-1. Mason Wells in the bullpen. 1-2 now the count to Mast. So a 1-2, the windup and a foul ball back into the screen. Will keep the count at 1-2. Wells has not made an appearance for the Trappers in quite some time. His last appearance was against the Sioux Falls Sunfish. A pitch, a pop fly in the infield. Back and underneath it, catching it is the third baseman, Dane Frazier. So a pop out to third for Eric Mast, 2 away in the inning as it brings up Thomas McKenna. McKenna walking up to Tokyo Drift. He lived in Japan for 3 years and can speak Japanese fluently, and thought he'd honor his heritage with this walk-up song. Ball number 1. While also embracing his culture with a song called Tokyo Drift, also thought it would just be funny and his teammates would get a kick out of it. I mentioned it a few times, but McKenna, as he spoils one down the left field line. The third base coach, Coach Jamie for the Trappers, rifles the ball back to the catcher, and Olsen, who struggles to come up with it. So a 2-1. McKenna will ground one over to third base. Frazier comes up with it, fires onto first base in time for the third out. 5 of the 6 innings Dutka has pitched against the Trappers. Perfect. The lone exception, the 4th inning, in which he allowed 3 hits, but the important thing is no runs come across for the Pierre Trappers. We're through 2/3 of this ballgame. 10-0 Sioux Falls. We'll head to the top of the 7th with Hoffpower, Lee Cohn, and Wilson due up for the Sunfish.
Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry are your homes for everything clothing in the capital area. Since 2010, Total Beauty has offered great customer service and competitive prices. Next door at Speedway Laundry, they have you covered for a fast, convenient way to wash and dry your clothes and other household items, including king-size comforters. Visit them at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
Back here from the Pierre Trappers home ballpark of Hyde Stadium. The top of the 7th inning about to get underway, and a pitching change for the Pierre Trappers as well. Now pitching for the Pierre Trappers will be number 25 in Mason Wells. Wells becomes the 4th pitcher used tonight by the Pierre Trappers after Shelton, Newman, and Lewis. So Mason Wells becomes the new pitcher for the Pierre Trappers. Itchy caught up on Mason Wells' statistics in 3 appearances, has a 13.50 ERA. In 3 1/3 innings pitched, has not had a lot of appearances for the Trappers so far this season. Has allowed 6 hits, 9 runs, 5 of them earned, walking 7, striking out 5. So stepping in will be Zeph Hoffpower to lead things off in the 7th for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. I would say to try to add some insurance, but I think they have more than enough with that 10-run lead. First pitch will miss from Wells for ball number 1. So a 1-0 count. Mason Wells' second pitch will catch the strike zone for a strike. We'll even the count at 1-1. Wells' last appearance back on June 16th. So about 2 weeks since his last appearance as a pitch will miss outside from the left-hander. It was against the Sioux Falls Sunfish, pitched only a third of an inning, allowed 3 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, walking 3, striking out 1. Dribbler to the third baseman, Hill picks it up, firing onto first. It is in time. The first assist for Garrett Hill in the field. So a 5-3 ground out. We'll bring up Jesus Licone. Licone led off the last inning with a walk. Ended up scoring off the walk to Jonathan Brandon. Has come around to score safely for the Sunfish 3 times tonight, which is more than any of his teammates. First pitch catches strike zone for strike number 1 to the designated hitter, Licone. Wells kicks and fires to the right-handed batter and misses. Left-handed pitcher against the right-handed batter. The advantage there goes to Licone as the opposite-handed batter as he fouls one back into the screen for strike number 2. As Wells comes in, expect him only to go about an inning as more action in the Trappers' bullpen. 1-2. Ground ball over to short. Cordes picks it up, fires on to first base. Doing the splits is Nick Strong, putting his body on the line. A 6-3 ground out for out number 2. Nobody knew that Strong was applying to go to the 2021 Tokyo Olympics for gymnastics. Tanner Wilson fouled back for a strike. Wilson today is 3 for 4, looking for his 4th base hit of the ballgame. Wilson has been a trapper killer this season. Here comes the 0-1. Fastball down the center of the plate for strike number 2. That one had some zip on it, the fastest I think we've seen tonight. Wells, a D1 talent out of Gonzaga University. Pitch bounces in the dirt, ball 1. One of 6 players entering this season from Spokane, Washington. Trappers team had a heartfelt goodbye getting off the bus yesterday with both Ryan Cross and Brent Bramlett, who took off on the road back to Spokane. A called strike number 3. Mason Wells pitches a perfect inning in his first appearance in nearly 2 weeks. 3 up, 3 down. 7th inning stretch here from Hyde Stadium. The Trappers find themselves down by 10. And we'll look to cut into that deficit when we return for the bottom of the 7th here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams.
You don't need an illness to need a doctor. You don't need to feel sick to feel better. You don't need to be unwell to get well. What you do need is a primary care provider at Sanford Health. Better healthcare starts with regular wellness visits and a familiar face who knows you, your concerns, and your goals. We're here before you need us. We're here when you need us. We're here after you need us. We're here for you. Find your primary care provider at sanfordhealth.org today.
Trappers fans, summer is here. Get your boat back in shape with a visit to Dano's Marine. Dano's Marine will get you back out on the water this summer with excellent service and years of experience. Give them a call at 605-224-6612 or visit them at 320 St. Charles Street in Pierre. Any water, any problem, Dano's Marine. Back for the bottom of the 7th inning, Trappers down by 10. Kenneth Dutka is not allowed to run to this point in the ballgame as the pitch will go outside for ball number 1. He will remain in the ballgame for the 7th inning of work. Second pitch misses for ball 2. There was slight action in the Sunfish bullpen, but ultimately head coach Walker Bullington decided to stick with Dutka on the mound, as that may turn around to be 1 inning too many, as 3 pitches all miss the strike zone. Down the left field line, bordering the Sunfish bullpen, which is empty right now, as a called strike will put the count to 3-1. There are 3 members of the Sunfish hanging over the wooden fence on the left field line. Foul ball will head onto Capitol Avenue. And I wish I could see past that pavilion for the general admission area to see if that actually does end up striking down a parallel parked car on Capitol Ave. Can't tell. Foul ball back into the screen. Full count for Brock Reinhardt. Full count. Reinhardt 0 for 2 today with a pair of strikeouts. He'll look to avoid that fate for the 3rd straight time against Kenneth Dutka. 3-2 high and outside, and the first walk surrendered today by Kenneth Dutka. First base runner for the Trappers since all the way back in the 4th inning. Like I said, 5 of the 6 innings prior to this one perfect for Kenneth Dutka. So a runner at first for the Trappers as they'll look to draw blood for the first time. First pitch, wind-up and pitch goes high to Garrett Hill. Hill in his Trappers debut is 1 for 2, striking out in the 2nd inning, singling in the 4th. He was stranded there after the next batter, Tyler Skelton, popped out to second base. Pitch will go high, ball 1. Make it 2 balls, no strikes. Time as Olsen will talk to the pitcher in Dutka. So a 2-0 count. Dutka struggling for the first time tonight after walking Brock Reinhardt. Garrett Hill has worked a 2-0 count. Kenneth Dutka, the El Paso Community College Tejano out of Richmond, Texas, is the left-handed pitcher for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. Will work his ERA down tonight as he entered today's game with a 6.75 ERA. Pitch catches strike zone for strike 1 will put the count at 2 balls and 1 strike. A great night for Dutka as the pitch will go low, 3 balls and 1 strike. Runner at first base is Reinhardt after the leadoff walk. Foul ball back into the screen, which will put the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes, the second consecutive batter with a full count against Dutka. Dutka at this point in the season has pitched 21 2/3 of an inning. Pitch goes high, ball 4, and 2 consecutive runners have reached via the walk. First free pass to Garrett Hill this season, making his debut. And now some eyes on the Sioux Falls dugout as some people start to get up and moving. Skelton steps up. Dutka has only allowed 14 earned runs this season. And will now take on Tyler Skelton, who's 0 for 2. Strikeout and pop out. First pitch high, ball 1. So Dutka trying to work through the inning. Runners at first and second now for the Trappers. Pitch on the outside part of the strike zone. Called a strike will put the count to 1-1. You may make that 24 2/3 innings pitch so far for Dutka. Runners at first and second. The pitch, a high fly ball to right field, will hook well out of play. A 1-2. Dutka has only allowed 14 earned runs this season. He has worked his ERA down from a 6.75 to a 5.11. Has a 1-2 count now against Tyler Skelton, who's in danger of breaking his long hitting streak. 1-2, fly ball to right field in foul territory, out of play. So the count remains 1-2 for Tyler Skelton. Did not play in yesterday's game on Canada Day. Got in, extended his hitting streak to 7 games. Tries to extend it to 8, but needs a base hit. Fly ball straight to the first baseman, and touching the runner at first and Garrett Hill with his glove is Zeph Hoffpower as Skelton lines into a double play. It'll bring up Andrew Kim, 2 away. Runner at second base in Brock Reinhardt. We appreciate those of you sticking with us here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler streams. Action going in the Sunfish bullpen, just tossing right now. First pitch for Kim is swung on and lifted into the middle of the infield. Jonathan Brandon there to make the catch for out number 3. 2 runners get aboard, but a big double play hit into by Tyler Skelton will end the 7th inning. 7 scoreless innings for Kenneth Dutka on the mound. We'll head to the top of the 8th when we return.
The Pierre Trappers are proud to partner with the Governor's Inn, the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Call 605-224-4200 for a special Trappers rate when you visit Pierre and Hyde Stadium. Whether you're coming for the best hunting, fishing, and outdoor recreation in the Midwest, just passing through, or coming out to the ballpark, the Governor's Inn is the place for you. When it comes to clothing in the capital area, Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry have you covered. Speedway Laundry offers the fastest way to clean clothes, with free Wi-Fi offered while you wait. Next door, family-owned and operated Total Beauty has a constantly changing inventory of top quality clothing. Check out the newest lines in clothing by giving Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry a visit at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
Back for the 8th inning, Mason Wells returns to the mound after a perfect 7th inning. So, leading off for the Sioux Falls Sunfish here in inning number 8 will be Dane Frazier, then Dylan Cricket Danielson, and Jonathan Brandon. It's the 8-9-1, part of the Sunfish batting order. The penultimate game between the two. If the Sunfish lead holds, which it would take a miracle comeback for the Trappers in the final 2 innings, the Sunfish would take the season series in their inaugural year over their in-state rivals in the Pierre Trappers. They lead 7-6 in the season series right now. Of 15 total games, a win tonight would make it 8-6 with one game remaining. Frazier becomes the first batter of the 8th inning. Slight shift as the middle infield playing closer to the grass. First pitch catches the strike zone at the low part of the zone for strike number 1. Corner infield playing normal depth. Outfield seems to be normal as well. 0-1, the windup and pitch from Wells, and a fly ball to the outfield, chasing after it towards the line as it will roll and go out of play. Chasing after it was Kim. So we'll run the count to 0-2 to Dane Frazier. Frazier, the native of the state of Montana. Out of Missoula, Montana, playing for the Yakima Valley College Yaks. Oh, 2 the count. The pitch from Wells on the outside part of the plate misses to run it to 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sunfish 10, Trappers nothing. Top of the 8th. 1-2 on the way. Pitch will go high. 2-2. Trappers have not been shut out in a while, as they will look to avoid being shut out. I believe the last time that they were was back in Fremont. As a ground ball over to the third base side, picking it up and taking it himself will be Nick Strong. Strong steps on the bag, and Dane Frazier is 2 for 5 tonight. It'll bring up Dylan Cricket Danielson. Today he is 0 for 2. Was hit by a pitch and walked. Striking out twice. Once looking, once swinging. Sunfish have been able to get a runner on board every inning except for one, and that was the 7th inning. Pitched by Mason Wells. First pitch catching strike zone for strike number 1 to Dylan Cricket Danielson. So an 0-1. The pitch will catch the strike zone for strike number 2. First pitch today was at 7:05. Current time 9:22, so just a little over 2 hours into today's ball game. So an 0-2. The windup and pitch by Wells, swung on, chopped over to third. Hill will pick it up, fires onto first base, takes Strong off the bag, but gets the tag. Heads up play by Nick Strong. He couldn't stay on the bag himself, so he used his glove. All parts of the body being able to be used by Strong on the 5-3 ground out. The lineup card flips over as it brings up Jonathan Brandon. Brandon is 1 for 3 today, singled, hit by a pitch, struck out looking, struck out swinging, and walked. First pitch inside, ball 1. Trappers have used a host of pitchers tonight. 1-0 catch is the strike zone for strike number 1. We'll take a look at a few of their lines tonight. Starting pitcher Jared Shelton lasted just 1 inning, allowed 4 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, walking 2, striking out 1. As a swing and a miss will put the batter in Jonathan Brandon down 1-2. The next batter in Jacob Newman went 3 innings, tripling the innings that Shelton went, allowed 3 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, walking 4 and striking out 6. As a pitch missing will run the count even to 2-2. Then it was Parker Lewis's return to hurl the baseball. 2 innings pitched, 1 hit, 2 runs, both of them earned, walking 4 and striking out 1 as another pitch will miss and run the count full. 10-0 Sunfish. Top 8. 2 away, nobody on. Wells will wind up, kick and fire a check swing on a pitch low. Called a drop third strike, no swing, and it will be a dropped ball 4 instead. So Brandon will reach via the walk for the second time tonight. Be the first walk and first base runner surrendered by Mason Wells, as it brings up Benito Garcia, who's 0 for 3. Struck out, reached on a fielder's choice, and grounded out on his line. Not on his line, a walk and a sac fly. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 away, runner at first, and Jonathan Brandon. Sunfish have struggled in one category tonight, and it's leaving runners on base, but of course they have brought 10 across safely. 12 runners at this point have been stranded by the Sunfish. 2-0, chopped foul. It will run the count to 2-1 to Benito Garcia. For the Trappers, they've only left 3 runners on base as Dutka has been nearly lights out, not allowing many to get on at all. We'll go back to Wells. Wells struggles to pick it up. Nobody will end up picking it up before everybody is safe. A base hit for Benito Garcia. A good infield hit. It's the 9th of the day for the Sunfish. First hit surrendered by Mason Wells after his first walk that he surrendered, as it brings up Declan Beers. Beers 0 for 4, including a walk. Lined out to third, struck out, reached on a fielder's choice, flew out to left, and walked. First pitch falls in for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Action in the Trappers' bullpen. The 0-1 from Wells. On the outside part of the plate, that catches strike zone for strike number 2 to Declan Beers. Beers has struck out once tonight, back in the 2nd inning against Jacob Newman. While Wells is the 4th pitcher for the Pierre Trappers, the Sunfish have only used 1. Their starter, Kenneth Dutka, has called strike number 3. Second time Beers goes down on strikes tonight, and the second strikeout, both of them looking for Mason Wells. We head to the bottom of the 8th as the Trappers look to start their miracle comeback, down by 10 runs when we come back. Bottom of the order, Strong, Yancey, and Cordes due up.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories with family, friends, and your community is just a way of life. Yes, in times like these, it's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food. Now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food. Dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
Back here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams. New pitcher for the Sunfish. First time we've gotten a chance to say that tonight. It'll be Nick Caviglia. The pitcher wearing number 25, the Maine Black Bear. So Cavilla, the native of Fresno, California, went from NorCal to the East Coast to play for Maine on the far northeast side, now comes to the Midwest to play baseball. Sunfish leading 10-0 as we potentially could see a pinch hit appearance. Patrick Connor is in the dugout, sitting in what would be Cole Yancey's batting position. Of course, that's not official until he takes his first foot into the batter's box. But leading things off will be Nick Strong. We'll get you caught up on the statistics this season for Nick Cavilla in just a moment. Cavilla this year in 5 appearances has only pitched in 7 2/3 of an inning. As the first pitch to Strong on the way, fastball in there for strike number 1. Has struck out 6 batters, walking 16, has allowed 12 hits, has allowed a run in every single appearance that he's been in. Pitch will miss, evening the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Has had 5 appearances, 4 of them have been against the Pierre Trappers. One on June 5th, June 10th, June 15th is a ground ball to the shortstop, picked up by Garcia, fired onto first in time for the first out of the inning. It'll be a pinch hitter in number 22, Patrick Connor. Connor, I assume, will take over in left field. However, he is an infielder by trade. Yancey, the left fielder, being relieved for as the first pitch will catch for strike number 1. So Patrick Connor, the batter. Connor in yesterday's ball game, check swing, appeal down, no go. Will put the count even to 1-1. Connor got a base hit in yesterday's ball game. That extended his hitting streak to 9. He'll look for double digits. Put in a tough spot, forced to extend the streak in a pinch hit appearance. 1-1 swung on and missed for strike 2. Cavilla pitched the 5th of June, 10th of June, 15th of June, and 23rd of June, all against the Trappers before finally getting a different opponent as a foul ball will keep him alive in the count against the Fremont Moo on June 28th. In every ball game, every run has been earned. 2, 2, 6, 3, and 3. With 1 out, he'll look to get a scoreless 8th inning. Pitch high, 2-2. Connor started the season slow, coming in with his college teammate in Brennan Van Brussingen. Van Brussingen left the team while Connor stayed. 2-2 chopped foul into the Sunfish dugout. A few members of the Sunfish ducking out of the way from the foul ball by Patrick Connor. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on with 1 out, bottom of the 8th, 10-0 Sioux Falls. The 2-2 outside. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Standing on deck is Braden Cordes, that is scheduled. Bennett Osborne, however, has a batting helmet in the hole. He could be a defensive substitution if we don't get to his part of the batting order. Ball 4 to Patrick Connor. So it looks like that 9-game hitting streak will be snapped, barring the Trappers batting around and getting back to Connor. Stepping up will be Braden Cordes as Connor draws the walk. Being informed that the hitting streak lives without the official at-bat, with it being a walk. Connor goes, well, the throw down to second base, not going to be in time. Patrick Connor, speedy on the base paths. The first attempt today for the Trappers is successful on the stolen bag, a runner in scoring position. When the Trappers were in Minot, after they got walked off in extra innings by the SaberDogs, I overheard a few members of the SaberDogs intern crew talking about how the Trappers continuously fight and never give in as a pop fly into right field to Sunfish chase after it, reaching up to make the catch is Jonathan Brandon. A pinch hitter coming in for the Trappers after Cordes flies out, or pops out, I should say, to the second baseman for the second out of the inning. So Bennett Osborne will relieve Eric Mast. Osborne likely to take over in center field, where Mast was positioned. 2 away, first pitch will miss for ball number 1. Quick catch and fire by Olsen, almost like he didn't want to have the baseball in his possession. Soon as he caught it, fired it back to Cavilla. Cavilla, the right-handed arm, the first inning that the Trappers have seen a righty today after 7 innings of Dutka. Another pitch will miss, 2-0. Goose egg on the scoreboard on the home side for the first time this season from Hyde Stadium. Trappers were shut out back on June 11th to the Fremont Moo, a 9-0 decision from Muller Field. Pickoff attempt back into second base and safely on the throw down, 3-0. Close play as Connor was almost picked off at second base by the catcher. 3 balls, no strikes, runner at second base. The windup and pitch by Cavilla. Inside, called a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. So a 3-1 runner at second base in Patrick Connor. (3-1) will go to a 3-2 now to Bennett Osborne, the native of Redfield, South Dakota. We appreciate those of you sticking with us here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr live streams. A reminder, tomorrow you can listen in on both Mixlr and YouTube. First pitch at 5:35 between the Sioux Falls Sunfish and the Pierre Trappers. Pop fly to right field will head out of play. Count remains full at 3-2. Bottom of the 8th inning, Sunfish leading by 10. Mentioned earlier that this is the first time so far that the Trappers have failed to get a run across safely at their home ballpark. Pop fly to the first baseman. Reaching out to make the catch is Zeph Hoffpower. So a pop out to second and a pop out to third by Bennett Osborne. The only pinch hitter to make a difference was Patrick Connor, who drew the walk against Cavilla. End of the 8th, we'll head to the 9th with Olsen, Hoffpower, and Lee Cohn due up. Sunfish lead 10-0. We'll be back. Dan-O's Marine is a proud partner of Pierre Trappers Baseball. Located at 320 St. Charles Street, Dan-O's provides service on your boat to get you back out on the water in the dog days of summer. Give them a call at 605-224-6612. That's Dan-O's Marine at 605-224-6612. Any water, any problem, Dan-O's Marine. Wow, Shell's Quick Stop is the place to go for a variety of food, drinks, fishing tackle, and more. Hungry? Come on down for breakfast pizza, burritos, biscuits and gravy, soup, salad, and wraps. Thirsty? Try their hot and cold espresso drinks, lattes, frappuccinos, and milkshakes from the drive-up window. Heading down to the water? Stop by to pick up minnows, crawlers, and leeches to secure the big bites. All of it's down at Shells at 621 West Sioux Avenue.
The Governor's Inn is the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Check out the special Trappers rate for your visit to Pierre and Hyde Stadium this summer. Call 605-224-4200 directly to get the Trappers rate. With free wireless internet, a deluxe breakfast, and an indoor pool and hot tub, there's no reason not to stop at the Governor's Inn.
New pitcher for the Pierre Trappers. If you watched or listened to the game in Souris Valley, you saw him pitch 3 innings of work. Caden Cardoso comes in to pitch for the Pierre Trappers in the top of the 9th. He'll have to take on Will Olson, first batter, foul ball over our heads, strike 1. Cardoso in his last appearance on the mound was in game 3 of that Souris Valley series, as the 0-1 will miss low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitched 3 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. Walked 2, striking out 3. Unfortunately for the Trappers, as a pitch will catch the strike zone on the inside part of the plate, 1-2. But unfortunately for the Trappers, Cardoso's efforts and 3 innings of work would go in vain, as the SaberDogs tied it in the 9th and won it in the 10th. 1-2, pitch goes low. Both balls that have missed for Cardoso have bounced in the dirt. Tomorrow night should be a fun night here from Pierre, a baseball game as the sun starts going down. 2-2, pop fly, heading to the middle infield, reaching for it's the first baseman, Strong for the out. So 1 away here in the top of the 9th. But a baseball game here at Hyde Stadium at 5:35. Expect to get out of here by 8:45 to 9 o'clock, depending on how fast the game goes. And then get to go down to the Missouri River for the Fort Pierre 4th of July fireworks show. Strike number 1 called to Zeph Hoffpower. Hoffpower is 0 for 3 today, walking twice, coming around to score both those times. Another pitch will be called a strike for strike number 2. Struck out, flew out, and grounded out. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Zeph Hoffpower's line in the first K for Caden Cardoso today. Putting the K in Caden. It'll bring up Jesus Licone. Licone is 1 for 3 today. Singled, reached on an air, and grounded out. First pitch, strike zone, strike number 1. At the low part of the zone for Cardoso. 0-1 on the way, bounces in the dirt and rolls back to the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike. So a 1-1. Cardoso winds up, kicks, fires high and inside, ducking out of the way is Licone, 2-1. As Licone steps out of the batter's box, some update from Atlanta, Georgia, where the Game 6 of the NBA Eastern Conference Finals is taking place as a pitch misses the zone, 3-1. Just under 4 to play from the State Farm Arena. The Milwaukee Bucks lead 107-99. If they hold that lead as a pitch goes low and inside for ball 4, Licone draws the 2-out walk. But if the Bucks hold that lead, they will advance to the NBA Finals. Tanner Wilson steps in, has 4 base hits today, is 4 for 6. Taking his 7th at-bat of the ballgame. First pitch will miss. Excuse me. 3 for 5, taking his 6th at-bat of the ballgame. 1-1, he singled in the first, second, and 6th. Flew out in inning number 4 and struck out in the 7th for his 5 at-bats so far. Two, 1 check swing on a pitch that goes low, no appeal, 3-1. Top of the 9th, Sunfish trying to put even more on the scoreboard. 3rd consecutive night in which they've put up 10 runs. Ball 4, and runners at first and second with 2 away. Second walk by Cardoso. It pushes Lee Cohn to second base as it brings up Dane Frazier. Frazier today, 2 for 5, a single and a double. Popped out, struck out, and grounded out. 2 away, Cardoso kicks and fires, working down the mound on a pitch low and outside, ball 1. Sunfish have a 10-0 lead over Pierre. The expansion team from Sioux Falls, if they hold on to this 10-run lead into the bottom of the 9th, which they likely will, it will be their first time in franchise history at 500. One pitch low, 2 balls and 1 strike. A walk here would load the bases with 2 away for Dylan Cricket Danielson. The windup and pitch by Cardoso. Foul ball will head back towards us, hitting the window right to my right. So a 2-1. Make it a 2-2 after the foul ball. Cardoso just a strike away from getting out of it. A ground ball over to second base. Picking it up is McKenna. Bobbles it. An error for Thomas McKenna. Not his typical position. And it'll be the 3rd error of the ball game as Frazier reaches on the E4. Wilson advances to second base. Lee Cohn gets to 3rd. The bases are loaded for Dylan Cricket Danielson, announced earlier as the beer batter. That offer has expired as we are in the 9th inning. Cricket Danielson today 0 for 3, hit by a pitch and walked. Other than that, struck out twice and grounded out. First pitch from Cardoso. Pitch misses for ball 1. Umpires in today's ball game and for the tomorrow's game as well. Tristan Jones behind the plate. Samuel Barrett in the field. Pitch catches strike zone for strike number 1. Count will go even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Expect the same tomorrow, but flipped with Samuel Barrett behind the plate and Tristan Jones in the field. 1-1, Cardoso steps off the mound. Time called. Now it'll be Brock Reinhardt, the catcher, coming out to the mound to talk to Caden Cardoso. Cardoso covers his mouth with his glove, talking through it to get to Reinhardt. Both break as they return to their positions. Cardoso puts both hands up on the mound before putting his hand in his glove, toes the rubber, long, high kick and fire on the inside part of the plate, catches strike zone for strike number 2. First and second with Frazier at first, Wilson at second base. Runner at third in Jesus Licone. Bases loaded. 1-2. Cardoso a strike away from getting out of it. The windup and pitch. Low in the dirt. Bounces away. All runners go. And into score and sliding is Jesus Licone. An insurance run for the Sunfish. Make it 11-0. And so now the Sunfish can be assured that if the Trappers do score 10 runs in the bottom of the ninth, it won't be enough. So Cricket Danielson faces a 2-2 count. On a pitch that misses, the count will go full to the left fielder in Cricket Danielson. A walk would once again load the bases. Called strike number 3 as Dylan Cricket Danielson goes down on strikes for the third time tonight. He's got a hat trick of strikeouts. One more run comes across to score for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. As Licone crosses the plate off a wild pitch. 11-0. Sunfish lead. We will head to the bottom of the ninth. Trappers will look for the near impossible comeback when we return.
You don't need an illness to need a doctor. You don't need to feel sick to feel better. You don't need to be unwell to get well. What you do need is a primary care provider at Sanford Health. Better healthcare starts with regular wellness visits and a familiar face who knows you, your concerns, and your goals. We're here before you need us. We're here when you need us. We're here after you need us. We're here for you. Find your primary care provider at sanfordhealth.org today.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories with family, friends, and your community is just a way of life. Yes, in times like these, it's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Bottom of the ninth inning, Thomas McKenna will take the at-bat as the second baseman. And a question to consider with Tyler Skelton 0 for 3. He's set to bat fourth this inning. Will the Trappers do away with the designated hitter spot and let the pitcher hit for himself? In this case, Caden Cardoso. Fly ball to right field. That will drop as a foul ball for strike one. So the count will go even, 1 ball and 1 strike to Thomas McKenna from Nick Cavilla. Cavilla trying to close the door on the Trappers. He came in the 8th inning to start pitching. The Trappers will look for at least 1 run to avoid being shut out for the second time this season and the first time from their home ballpark. The pitch fouled into the screen for strike number 2 to the Spokane Falls Community College Bigfoot. Heat lightning over the right field wall. Far away and not touching down. Ball low. Hit by pitch for Thomas McKenna. Will put a runner on first base. It'll bring up Brock Reinhardt, who's 0 for 2 today, has struck out twice and walked. Interesting thing of note on the Trappers scorecard, another hit by pitch as it runs in and bites Brock Reinhardt, 2 runners aboard. It pushes Thomas McKenna over to second base for Garrett Hill. And it is still Tyler Skelton, the designated hitter, putting on his batting helmet and stepping out to the on-deck circle, as now Olsen will talk to Cavilla. Cavilla in relief for starter in Kenneth Dutka. Dutka today went 7 innings, only allowed 3 hits, no runs, walking 2 and striking out 6. Garrett Hill becomes the batter. The native of Williston, North Dakota, pitch high and inside, ball 1. Bottom of the ninth, 2 runners on. Pitch catches the inside part of the strike zone off the fastball by Cavilla for strike number 1. For the Trappers, a couple pitching lines to go through. As a swing and a miss, will go for strike number 2 and put the count at 1-2. Mason Wells was the 4th pitcher of the evening. He pitched 2 innings, allowed 1 hit, no runs, walking 1, striking out 2. Caden Cardoso in that 9th inning has a called strike 3 to Garrett Hill, his 2nd time striking out tonight. And the Sunfish 2 outs away from taking the season series over the Pierre Trappers. First strikeout of the ballgame for Cavilla. Brings up Tyler Skelton. Skelton today 0 for 3, striking out, popping out, and lining out. For Caden Cardoso in that 9th inning of work, did not allow a hit, allowed 1 run. It was unearned off the air by Thomas McKenna. Walked 2, striking out 2. First pitch, right back up the middle, broken bat. Brandon will try to make the tag, and indeed he does on the runner heading to second, and Brock Reinhardt for the 2nd out. It will put runners at the corners. So runners at the corners after the fielder's choice hit into by Tyler Skelton. His small hitting streak will end tonight, barring the Trappers starting to bat around with a 2-out rally. McKenna advances to third as Andrew Kim, still looking for his first base hit as a Trapper, popped out in foul territory to third base twice and flew out to the second baseman in shallow right field. 0 for 3 today. First pitch catching strike zone for strike number 1, 0-1. Sunfish 11, Trappers nothing. Trappers down to their final out and final 2 strikes. Pitch from Cavilla, line drive into right field. That drops for a base hit. Andrew Kim has himself a base hit, and the Trappers have a run. It is 1-11. But it's more morale as the Trappers avoid getting shut out. Kim, his first base hit, an RBI single. It advances Skelton over to second base and drives in Thomas McKenna. Strong becomes the new batter. He's 0 for 3 today with a pair of groundouts to the shortstop and a line out to the second baseman. First pitch from Cavilla, line drive to right field. That one's deep, and that one will drop for a base hit. In to score will be Tyler Skelton. Andrew Kim pulls into third base. A 2-out double by Nick Strong. Make it 11-2. So a double for Strong gets Kim over to third base. Tyler Skelton crosses home plate safely, and that makes it 11-2. So who knows, with 2 outs, the Trappers are starting the beginning of that impossible run, but with no outs to work with, it'll make it a little more difficult. First pitch will miss for ball number 1. Runners at second and third. Pitch catches strike zone for strike number 1. The batter in Patrick Connor became the new shortstop relieving Cole Yancey. Bennett Osborne remained in center field relieving Mast, and Braden Cordes, who was the shortstop, moved over to left field. Pitch misses for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Trappers still down to their final out, 11-2, bottom of the 9th. A windup and pitch high for ball strike 2. Looked high above the letters, but called a strike. We'll even the count at 2-2, and once more the Trappers down to their final strike. And as David Coyer would say, it's deuces wild. Swing and a miss for strike number 3, as that will end the ball game. Patrick Connors strikes out, the second strikeout of the ball game for Nick Caviglia. The Trappers avoid getting shut out in this ball game, but can't avoid the loss, as a 5-run inning for the Sioux Falls Sunfish back in the top of the first sealed the deal from the beginning. Final out recorded at exactly 10 o'clock, meaning today's game time is 2 hours and 55 minutes. We'll take a quick break for the Pierre Trappers post-game show. We'll be right back as we get you set for tomorrow's 4th of July matchup and wrap up today's game and that 11-2 victory for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the North Edge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food. Now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food: dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
Dan-O's Marine is a proud partner of Pierre Trappers Baseball. Located at 320 St. Charles Street, Dan-O's provides service on your boat to get you back out on the water in the dog days of summer. Give them a call at 605-224-6612. That's Dan-O's Marine at 605-224-6612. Any water, any problem, Dan-O's Marine. Wow, Shell's Quick Stop is the place to go for a variety of food, drinks, fishing tackle, and more. Hungry? Come on down for breakfast pizza, burritos, biscuits and gravy, soup, salad, and wraps. Thirsty? Try their hot and cold espresso drinks, lattes, frappuccinos, and milkshakes from the drive-up window. Heading down to the water? Stop by to pick up minnows, crawlers, and leeches to secure the big bites. All of it's down at Shell's at 621 West Sioux Avenue. Back for the Pierre Trappers post-game show. Final score 11-2 in favor of the Sioux Falls Sunfish as they have clinched the season series victory. They now lead 8-6 and will win the 2021 edition of the Sunfish Trappers East River rivalry. A few stats to look over. The Sioux Falls Sunfish, 11 runs on 9 hits, no errors, an absurd 16 runners left on base. For the Trappers, 2 runs on 5 hits. They committed 3 errors, leaving 6 runners on base. Getting the win in 7 shutout innings is Kenneth Dutka. He improves to 2-1 on the season, while Jared Shelton, allowing 5 runs in the top of the first inning, will get the loss. He falls to 0-3 on the season. No save today. First pitch at 7:05 with a final out recorded at 10 o'clock for a game time of 2 hours and 55 minutes. The Trappers have now lost 7 in a row, fall to 0-3 in the second half of the season, and fall to an overall record of 9-23. While for the Sunfish, it's time to rejoice, as for the first time in franchise history, they are 500 or better at 17-17, 3-0 in the second half of the season as they continue leading the Clark Division standings. Could be looking up for the Sunfish in the second half of the season. These two teams will meet up tomorrow at 5:35 for 4th of July, and expect fireworks in the final matchup between these two teams. Some pitching lines to go over for the Pierre Trappers. 9 innings pitched, 9 hits, 11 runs allowed, 10 of them earned, walking 13 and striking out 12. For the Sunfish, in 9 innings, allowed 5 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, walking 3 and striking out 8. Be sure to tune in tomorrow on either the Pierre Trappers YouTube or Mixlr live streams for the 4th of July matchup between the Sioux Falls Sunfish and the Pierre Trappers.